You're listening to WeP3 Radio on the Foxhole Radio Network. Currently on WeP3 Radio, Matt Williams featuring Grace Schreiber, Mountain.
You got it!
Trucker. Doctors, roll out. You're watching or listening to We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. We the people, the People's Patriot Project.
To put your skill set, your thoughts, and ideas, or want to help continue the mission, you have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we are the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always seen. We want you to be a part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. Here's the WeP3 Team bringing you today's best heroes hits in the boots on the ground organizations that are saving lives. And as always, Patriot Pride.
There we go. Fighting over the mute button. Sorry about that. This is Andrea Eichmann with the People's Patriot Project, and I am here to welcome you to tonight's show. It is it is the first month of 2024. It is the 7th day of that first month. It is our 184th episode of We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. And it is the first of this year. We are super excited to have you here tonight. Every week except the last 2 weeks, and that won't happen again. But how do we compete with Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day? We didn't compete, but we were here. So we will bring you an amazing guest tonight. We've got Ed. He's coming from Soldier 6 right here in Minnesota. In fact, like 20 minutes up the road. I I went to a quick event a few weeks ago. I took some grandchildren up to see Santa and Rudolph and some penguins and the Grinch, and it was very cool and very fun. And only a tiny, tiny piece of the Soldiers 6. They're so busy. But Ed's going to share all that tonight. And then we have a music choice night by Jonathan happening tonight. And so I want you to stick around for that. And listen, while we are here tonight, we love having all of our guests in the room with us, but all of those that are off to the side watching from wherever you're watching, if it's YouTube, if it's Facebook, if it's Instagram, wherever you are, we want to hear your questions. We want to hear your suggestions. We want to hear your comments. Please be a kind human when you do this, and we'll be kind back. But please send in your thoughts. We love to hear them. I've already seen Kimmer tonight, and Derek, thank you so much for being there. Here, always, ever. Happy New Year to all of you. You know that we know why we get to do this. Thank you to the service members and first responders that have committed their time, sweat, blood, limbs, family, and life to give us the freedoms that we have that allow us to do what we do every single day. Before we do start this week's show, we ask that you take off your hats, stand if you can, and cover your hearts. Join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Here we go. Got to get the guest up there. Jonathan thinks it's Mardi Gras season already.
Yeah. What do you mean? It is
January 1st. It's been Mardi Gras season, and I made it wait. Some people it's December 26th.
You paused it for a week. Oops.
Yep.
Here we go. One amazing. Hey, Happy New Year, everyone. A lot of shout outs out there. Andrea already covered a bunch of them. Again, remember why we get to do this. If you are coming up into our comments, and there's no only one way you would know that, as a Facebook user, you might have to go back and reset your settings a little bit. Just go to the link real quick. I think I got it. Go to the link real quick. It doesn't cost you a dime. It doesn't put anything. You don't get any extra mails or anything. I'm confident this is Mr. Daniels, and it's kind of interesting when we get to see who's on here, who's not on here. I guarantee you this is Mr. Iozio with Catch 22 down in El Paso. I guarantee you this is the Krutzinger crew with Texas Operation Texas Strong. God bless all of you, and thank you for being here. Andrea did lots of shout outs. That's not a Stanley Cup, is it?
Hell to the no. I don't.
I was gonna.
It's not.
I should have put that on the old, trendy thing going on right now. Are you trying to brand some stuff right now?
I was putting myself, because I had some. So when you teach at a middle school and you don't do what the cool kids do, they help you. They help you find stickers. Look at this is my quote of the week. Be stronger than your excuses. That's my quote.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And so I said excuses or reasons when I put it on my board, but because sometimes a real fine line if it's a good reason or if it's an excuse. And so yeah, that's kind of our 2024 let's grow saying in the classroom at the middle
we got
school.
to get that recorded instead. Let's grow.
Let's go. Yes.
Let's grow.
Dylan,
Good
to
to see you.
And Jeremy Daniels did finally come in. It did work. Boom, 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 boom. And just to catch Ed up a little bit, we've thrown away the PTSD idea because of a guest we had on about 4 months ago. And we go with PTG, post-traumatic growth. We're going to put a positive spin on that thing. And, you have some background in both military, fire, and police supports, and we'll get into those pieces. Do we do New Year's resolutions? Andrea, do you do a New Year's resolution?
No, not necessarily. I do a lot of reflecting instead of resolving, because it's easier for me to look back at what I didn't quite accomplish from the year before and then work a little harder to do some of those things. But I don't like to put a timeline or a deadline or a top of the line. Even like I'm growing. I'm just growing into the better me that I think I should be. So I don't put a cap on things. Maybe I get past where I thought I could go, like I'm getting beautiful every day, more beautiful every day. So
I don't know how that's ever changed. I don't know.
It's hard to be humble. I know, it's really hard. Where is Mac Davis when you need him? Dang it.
Right. Ed, do you do a New Year's resolution, anything like that?
I don't. I find New Year's for me is it's an opportunity to look back on the past year and there's so many things I'm thankful for. I'm thankful to be here, because I've had some really dark days where I didn't want to be here. I didn't want to be alive. I just wanted to end it, for years. So I look at this, every day that I'm above ground and I'm doing good things. I'm thankful for it, that I have this opportunity. So.
Well, we're thankful that you're here to have the opportunity, brother. And we appreciate it. Every tomorrow needs you. And that's the message we all need to understand. Those who don't know, I'm a school teacher as well. And I always have the conversation with my students. There's nothing about social studies worth crying about. There's not. And I do know that we get heavy and barred down with life stuff, and life stuff gets to us sometimes. And some of it's heavy. Some of it is unbearable at moments. But at the same time, there's nothing there that makes it where you shouldn't be here tomorrow. And you can't you can't win the race if you don't do it. That's the whole thing. And we'll have more conversations about that. Jonathan, you do a New Year's resolution?
No, I quit doing resolutions, but I do have thoughts on the issue.
Please share.
Resolution is it's simply being determined, right? So instead of making sure or making this big grandeur resolution about New Year's, or I'm going to lose 20 pounds, or I'm going to be something I was 30 years ago, just be determined. Have your resolution to be better than today. Tomorrow will be better than today. Today be better than yesterday. Just be determined to be better one day at a time.
It is an interesting concept, and I just, in my brain, I feel, this is me speaking, no one has to own this. Resolutions, in my opinion, are a waste of time, in the fact that you always put, I'm going to do it tomorrow, or I'm going to do it at the start of the year, or I'm going to start next week, or start next month. What are you doing between the time of making the resolution and starting to complete this new concept and idea? And again, Jonathan, you touched on it. If tomorrow I'm better than I was today, then I've done the job. And I think that is the focus. A lot of you are sitting on your couch and struggling. A lot of you that are sitting, in relationships that aren't necessarily working for you, make a decision, move forward, make yourself better, make your life better, make things better. It's that garbage in, garbage out concept, where if you eat stuff that is not good for you, you're going to have a bad product on the other side. It's the same thing about relationships. It's the same thing about your health. It's the same thing. Sit and playing video games. Create a limit. I get it. Let's work on it. We got an amazing group of people out there that are chiming in and giving their thoughts and opinions. Jonathan, I have to ask, what is the over under? What is the king cake consumption for 2024? Where are we gonna land?
Personally,
Yeah.
Let's see. Now this is how many I've had at least one piece of, right? And I'm already two into the season already. It's not looking good, man. It's not looking good.
Is there a good king cake and is there a bad king cake? And we're not endorsing any product here, but is there?
There's all kinds of different things. Some people just call it king cake. But for instance, there's this place that does a king cake down here, and really it's just bread that's hollowed out and stuffed with boudin. And then they put like a crawfish cheese sauce on top of it. And they call it a king cake, but it's really not cake. It's not anything at all. It's just amazing stuff. So there's no bad ones. They're all good.
No bad. Now, you just talked about one filled with sausage, though.
Yeah, well, it's boudin.
Well, I understand. Not everyone understands that boudin is sausage, Jonathan. I'm trying to.
It's not in the casing or anything. It's just the boudin filling shoved into a piece of bread. So it's rice, ground meat, all kind of delicious things.
No, well, I guess we'll find out sooner than later, won't we, brother? Won't we?
Yes, we will.
What's in the news?
Oh, let's see. So the month of January is National Slavery and Human Trafficking Prevention Month. During the month, emphasis is placed on creating awareness about human trafficking and the great human rights violation that it is. Spread awareness throughout January about the global crisis so that people can contribute in any way to rescuing the victims, catching and prosecuting the perpetrators, and improving the lives of the survivors. At least 4.8 million people are trafficked worldwide for sexual exploitation every year. 4.1 million people are trafficked for forced labor every year. Women and girls are the victims 70% of the time. 1 million children are trafficked every year for sexual exploitation. And human trafficking earns a global profit of roughly $150 billion every year. That's tough to read. January is also self-love month. It's much too easy to get carried away by life's troubles and forget to appreciate you. So self-love month is a time to appreciate yourself and invest time in conscious, physical, spiritual, and psychological growth. It involves prioritizing your happiness and well-being. Your needs don't take care of themselves, so pay attention to you and make sure you're taking care of your own needs. Self-love month is about building self-worth and getting what you deserve out of life. January 9th is National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. If you have a police officer as a friend or family member, National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day is the perfect time to show that person or any officer that we understand how difficult their job is. So it's important to show officers how much we understand the difficult work that they do and appreciate their sacrifice and the risk that they take every day. This kind of goes along with human trafficking, but the day of January 11th is Human Trafficking Awareness Day. And although the whole month of January is about prevention, this day is specifically dedicated to awareness and prevention of the practice. Since the Senate established this day of observance in 2007, it has drawn a massive public support from individual donations to government-organized events. The horrific injustice of human trafficking can affect people of any race and background, and on this day, we're called to fight human trafficking wherever it exists. And that's it.
The most disgusting part, and I don't have the data in front of me, we did this back, and a segue piece into this is The Sounds of Freedom came out on Amazon this weekend. It's one of the most highly seen pieces, documentary / feature that we've had in our country in a long time. And the most disgusting part of that story is the United States is the largest consumer of that plague.
Commodity.
Yeah, whatever. It's disgusting. America, the United States, the land that says that we're number one. Yeah, well, wrong category, folks. If you're, I don't know, talk to me. I want to do a quick shout out. We have an amazing, awesome feature that we're going to do here in a second. But Stephanie Hunter, you're seeing her comments pop up right now. Miss Hunter is the new communications chair plus for the People's Patriot Project, and we're excited to have her on board. She's been nothing but hitting the ground running, doing her thing, and getting it done. We appreciate you, Stephanie. I'm sure you'll see Stephanie on more of our debriefs and maybe even our shows on time when she's got time to do that. And then, of course, we get to start now because Gabriel Wren is in the house, Trinity Productions down in Nashville, watching him doing amazing things out there. And I give the floor to Miss Eichmann.
Yeah, I want to share. I don't even know. We have a super friend, and we came across this friend through another connection that we've had pretty much the whole time we've been doing our show and podcast. And we have to thank Derek so much for bringing her our way. Kimmer, thank you. Kimmer's a very talented wordsmith and putting things together. And so, and I'm really touched and at awe at how often we are in her thoughts, the People's Patriot Project. And I just want you to know, Kimmer, you're in our thoughts. We hope we can keep up with as much because you are there quite a bit. So Kimmer sent us a little poem. This one is it's a positive one. It's a new year. And so it's called We'll Stand by Your Side, WeP3 by Kimmer Gee. Kick 23 out the door. Let's grow in 24. We got your 6 at 6. Come join in our mix. Have a good time, but learn too. That is what we do. We have an array of guests. Come see and choose who's your best. We do plenty of things. This new year will bring entertainment and personal stories about tragedy and or glory. Personal struggles, but always love. We will help you to rise above. You are always welcome here with us, and soon you will trust. We believe in post-traumatic growth, and we take the oath. Patriot pride, we'll stand by your side. And that...
Shock it off.
Yeah. I mean, she just captures the essence of what we do. What we do, what we want to do, what we... Oh, gosh, yeah. Thank you, Kimmer.
When you get to stand and like be showered with, I don't know the right words, but it gives you that ghee feeling. Like, oh my gosh, I got the goosebumps going. Her story is amazing. She has every right to be angry. She has every right to be recluse, and she comes out and she just smashes it every week. And we appreciate you, Kim. We appreciate that you're here as well. Accolades. Yeah, that might be the right word.
Good
Stephanie.
Words. That's why we got Stephanie.
Those are big words. That's more than 4 or 5 letters. We're going to struggle. We just, not me. I mean, we don't got language arts over there, and not everyone's language arts. I mean, some of us are RH back, okay?
Oh my gosh. Alrighty then. That was not one of Peterson's resolutions.
At least I can spell that.
Right.
4 letters.
My eyeballs struggling. These new glasses, these new spectacles aren't working as well as I would like them to work. Jeremy Daniels, option 3, always get her done. We got a new. I don't know who that Facebook.
It could be Derek. I'm not sure. It could be. I'm not.
Again, use the code. Thank you, Miss Gwinner, for your amazing addition to the mission. Yes, it's Derek. I'm having a moment. Ed.
Oh my gosh.
Abrahamson.
Sir.
You have this amazing mission here in Minnesota. We've been in each other's backyard the entire time. Haven't had the chance to put the pause on you. That's going to change, just so you know. Tell us about what you got rolling, brother.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here. So thank you for that. Okay, Soldier 6. I retired from law enforcement in 2015. And when I retired, I was a hot mess. 8 years military, several deployments overseas, 20 years as a cop. I started in Minneapolis and then lateraled over to South St. Paul. The sheer number of calls and, critical incidents and, working the SWAT team. It took its toll. Some people can manage to get through a career and come out the other side of it looking, squeaky clean and, the sky is blue and the sun is shining. Not me. I think between my military experience and the law enforcement, by the time I was done, I was ready to take my head off, quite literally. I was an alcoholic, drink every day. It was just a really bad place and a bad time for me. So I got my first service dog. His name was Rex, and he was given to me by an organization called Rebuilding Warriors, and they were based out of California. So they actually flew out here. There was 4 people from that organization that came out. They put themselves up in a hotel, and they basically trained me with my new dog, Rex, at no expense. That was incredible. Because when we were looking for service dogs, there's plenty of places out there. Sure, come on down to Texas and put yourself in a hotel for a week, and we'll get you trained up with your dog. But just write us a check for $20,000, and it's all yours. Well, come on, who's got that kind of money? So when this opportunity was provided to me, it just left such an indelible mark that we decided we wanted to pay it forward. And instead of just going away and living with my newfound partner, we wanted to help other people, because there's so many people out there that are struggling. With the way the climate is in our society and how law enforcement is viewed, it really, that in itself can take a toll. So we started this organization, Soldier 6, in 2016. Since that time, we are close to 200 dogs now that we provided to our recipients. Our recipient base is veterans, police officers, firefighters, 911 dispatchers, Department of Corrections. Basically anybody in the public safety umbrella that is suffering from PTSD. We do that at no expense to the recipient. What we've done now is we partnered with several different animal shelters, and we kind of have a unique way of doing this now. So when you come to us looking for a dog, we're going to get you vetted through our process real quick. And then as quick as we can, we're going to get you partnered with your dog. So you'll go to these animal shelters, and now you get to basically pick your own dog. And that is so cool. I mean, because before you got whatever we had, and if you didn't like that breed, well, sorry for you. So this just right from the start, it's, you're looking at a dog that you fell in love with, and is going to be your battle buddy forever. And that's so cool. You'll meet with our trainers typically once a week for probably an hour-long session. And the two of you will work with our trainers and to become a service dog. So what are we really trying to provide with Soldier 6? It's about the bond. It's not so much service dog. Yes, that's important. But what's the critical piece here is the bond. It's having that partner that doesn't judge you, doesn't care what kind of car you drive, doesn't care what kind of house you live in. All they want is your love. And if you give them that, they'll give you their heart and soul, and that's such a crazy thought. They're so intelligent. I know I'm not the only one that's established a good bond with their pet, and to see how they're smart and they know when we're happy, sad, angry, those sort of things, and how they'll interject themselves into whatever you got going on at that time, to get your attention diverted from, if you're having a bad day, or just kind of nuzzle up to you and kind of let you know that they're there. It's really awesome. And that's what we're trying to provide. How we do it is through our training process. It's no different than people that have families and have kids. How do you raise healthy, nurturing, kids that are taught, moral and ethical values? By spending time with them, reading books, doing those things that have really kind of gone to the wayside for a lot of nucleus families, and it's really sad to see that, people get caught up in their own lives. And I mean, that's a whole other story. But, our organization, we feel, is doing good things. We've had great success with our program. If I didn't mention before, we are a 501c3. We all of our donations come from outside resources, and we've been very blessed with the support that we get. We couldn't do it without the support, and we've never had to turn anybody away because of a financial issue. So that's crazy, especially in the economy that's, fluctuating so much, and, everybody's struggling. But there's so many people out there that believe in what we're doing and see the need for it. And they're willing to support us. And I can't thank them enough for that. So
can I
ask me some questions?
I just want to, before questions come in, so I've followed and watched for quite a while the Soldier 6 story and posts and what you've been doing. And so we don't necessarily vet, but we don't necessarily pick up those who don't seem to be doing their mission for others, so to say, but more for themselves. And so even through the holiday seasons, these guys aren't out there being like, hey, can you shove your money in our buckets when you come to our events, please? But you raised food and donations for local food shelves and other entities as well. And that's, I know you and Peterson talked a little bit about how we're connected in so many ways with our nonprofit as well. And that's, we probably would, we'd go backwards well before we stopped helping other people and other groups that are doing the right thing as well. And so that's a piece that I just wanted to make sure everybody knows. It's not Soldier 6 saying, hey, we need funds to continue our programs. We need funds to help our whole community.
Yeah.
Through other extensions as well. So
absolutely.
And I would like to do a polite public service announcement at this time. And this has been weighing heavily on my heart recently. And this isn't for you, Ed, and your amazing organization, but this is to the other organizations that we come upon, work with. They're maybe here for a minute and gone for a minute. Mr. Daniels, this is the time where you get to chirp your chirps as loud as you can, brother. But we're not competing with any of you folks. We're here to help veterans and first responders see tomorrow. We're here to improve our communities and our country. We're not competing with you. I'm not having a contest. We don't care what list you're on and what list we're on. It's not important to us. Our mission is to get the word out. We are excited to have Soldier 6 here tonight with us. We're excited to continue to promote their mission and making sure they're taking care of brothers and sisters. We would like to grow their mission. We'd like to grow our mission. We'd like to grow any mission that is willing to put their boots on the ground and be a proactive part of the tip of the spear. And if you're not going to be that, Mr. Daniels, this is your time. Option 3. I mean, that's what we're asking. We're not competing. And it's going to be strong on our heart to continue to move forward, continue to create a beacon of hope and opportunity. And that's not just for veterans and first responders, for the record, even though that is our primary focus. It is for anyone that needs help. And it's not a handout. You're going to come along with us for the mission. And I appreciate you, Mr. Abrahamson, and just your amazing. We've been watching. We've had you on our network for a while, and it's just like, don't get me wrong. Hey, congratulations on that Shills grant. That's amazing. We were in the bucket with you, dagnabbit, but we're excited that you got it. And you know what? We know that it's going to be put to a purpose. I'm going to also, here's my other polite thing. I'm okay with controversy, and I'm okay with shaking the can a little bit here, but I'm tired of watching our organizations give to the same people, doing the frequent flyers, and also the people within your network. Stop doing it. It looks terrible. We see you. We know who is doing it. Stop doing it. We will call you out eventually. I'm done. If you want to check our books, come any day, brothers and sisters. We're here all day long.
I just wanted to thank Stephanie. Look at this. She's what are we, 2 months into being maybe even knowing who we are. Thank you, Stephanie. Already making connections, hoping that we can work with other groups. Stephanie has a wealth of knowledge and connections in the world of missions, like we have in common. And thank you, Stephanie, for bringing that up.
The best communications chair we've ever had.
Ed, that's new to us. We just filled that position with Stephanie, so she is the best. We waited for the perfect person, so here we are. Right. Yep.
Jonathan, what are we going to roll with, brother?
Let's start with Rooftop, Sam Stedman.
Let's get her done. You can hear him on WeP3 Radio.
drinking till I drown. I'm just sitting up here wondering when I'll cool down. There's a whole party going on downstairs, most of them are sham. I rounded up the whole thing knowing that they're all damned. Knowing that they're all damned. I'm just sitting on a rooftop, trench coat and hat. I'm just sitting up here way high, knowing I'm up to bat. All the ones that matter, all the ones that care, they're all out there searching for me, knowing that I'm not scared. I'm not scared of falling. I'm not scared to die. I know where I'm going, and that's where sitting on a rooftop, contemplating life. I'm just sitting up here knowing my time ain't right. All the people out there preaching, judging day to day. I just hope I'm out there teaching all the right words to say. Hey, the right words to say. Just sitting on a rooftop, baby. No, it's not my time.
That is Sam Stedman, Rooftop. Just want to make everyone understand, and if you haven't been here before, every musician that we play on here is a veteran and or first responder, and Mr. Stedman is definitely fits into that realm of serving. And again, you can go to WeP3 Radio at any given time and hear one of 170 plus veteran and first responder musicians from across the nation. We are the only radio station that does that. Scotty Frazier in the house. You will hear Scotty Frazier and his band on WeP3 Radio as well. I can't remember. What are you talking about? Were we insensitive at any given time? I don't think so. I would never do that. So you are providing veterans and first responders with canine. So there was a piece in Stephanie came. So it's the relationship. It's the bonding piece that is what makes your mission effective. And the irony in this is that is what makes the mission of the People's Patriot Project also effective, because we believe in building the personal relationship with the organizations that are boots on the ground, B, the individuals, and they're not broken. They're people that just need to have another vision, another rethink, another way of looking at things. Our veterans and our first responders. Why do we focus on them? Because they've done more than 90% of the rest of the fat heads in this country who lay their heads on the pillows of freedom every day. That's why they've given something. We're going to focus on the people that have been proactive and given me a little bit more in life, giving you a little bit more in life. And again, I guess that's where we look a little insensitive, where we call people fat heads. But we are, we the people, the People's Patriot Project. Our focus is reaching the 90% of the country that gets to live their freedoms, their liberties provided to us by the men and women who have signed the dotted line and gone out on the front line. And we do believe that our first responders with the police, EMS, fire, corrections, and dispatch, we believe they are on the front line. They deal with social, emotional distress more than anybody else. They've seen things, they've heard things, they've watched things. I have to be careful. There's a couple trending subjects that are out there in the world right now. And there's some pieces that I'd really like people to watch. This isn't the platform to bring this out on there, but there are people that have lost their jobs because they have signed the dotted line. They've lost their livelihoods. They've lost their life, the way they live or should live life, because they did what they were told to do when they were told to do it. And there's some pieces out there that are absolutely breaking my heart in knowing that people who have intended to do the right thing are put in situations, and our court of social media, our court of societal lack of norms has altered these people's lives. And so me and Ed talked about that a little bit before the show today. I got them all fired up, not intentionally. But we're going to find out an eloquent way, because when you look in the dictionary, eloquent, you see me right next to eloquent, that's for sure.
I thought it was a synonym even. Like, what's a synonym for eloquent? Mark Peterson.
Right.
Right there.
I love cinnamon rolls, so that works. We will find the eloquent way to bring out the information, or maybe we'll just do it on the debrief when it's about what we're doing and not blemishing the amazing organizations like Soldier 6 with our opinions and our thoughts. And so, even though I know we are really closely related in our opinions and thoughts, but Stephanie asked a question earlier, and it's actually part of our third segment. How do we support you? But let's just do it out there, because Stephanie asked, how can people support Soldier 6?
It's a good question. All of our trainers, so our budget it's not a diverse budget, but the majority of our funds are consumed by our trainers. And if I didn't mention, we also provide the first year of veterinary care. So when our recipients get a dog from us, we take care of the dog. All the vet stuff is taken care of for the first year. And that runs pretty deep, so what I would say is, money's good. in that sense. And anybody that's inclined to believe in what we're doing, and sees the good in it, all I can say is thank you. And, come out and support us. We've got some great events throughout the year that we do, and they're really a lot of fun. Our big fundraiser is in July, be the last weekend in July, at the Inver Grove Heights Community Center. It's a huge venue. Last year, I want to say we raised about $70,000, which I think is pretty good, for a mom and pop, organization as such. We've really got a good backing, and we try to bring some quality events, just like with our Christmas fundraiser. The Christmas one, we don't expect a lot of money from. It's more about kids. It's more about seeing, the kids get a smile on their face when they see Rudolph or they see Santa, and getting a picture with Santa Claus, and being able to tell Santa, what they want for Christmas, and how's life going for them. So it's really blossomed into its own thing, and it's fun to do. We really enjoy it. This year was fantastic, obviously because of the weather, but it's our 9th year doing it now. That's crazy to think about it. So just absolutely blessed. Hate to keep throwing that word out there, but there's no other way of looking at it.
Isn't that crazy? We don't accentuate the fact that there's a spiritual entity involved in this, but with the amount of people we've met, that is the only word that sums up the conversation. Is we're blessed. We're blessed because of Soldier 6. We're blessed because of Kim Gwinner. We're blessed because of Derek Iozio and Catch. I'm losing.
Catch 22.
Catch 22. Yes. We're blessed because of Bobby Krutzinger, and the list goes on and on and on. And there is so many amazing things. Now, one of the things I'm really excited about, or have been excited about, is that you have been featured on the news in our local area. They've done a good job of covering what Catch 6 has done. I'm sorry, Soldier 6 has done, because a lot of times there are a number of nonprofit organizations in the state of Minnesota that has zero coverage, and we're watching other stuff that I don't understand is why it's considered news. But that's exciting to see that you've reached those outlets. And I recently saw you guys like some stuff with the Wild recently.
Yeah, so we partnered with the Minnesota Wild. If you folks weren't aware of that, we have partnered with the Minnesota Wild. They've fostered 5 dogs from us now. So throughout the hockey season, they usually one of their executives' family will foster a dog for the season, and then when they wrap up their season, usually June, July timeframe, they hand over the dog to us, and we partner it with a veteran, and then they'll continue on their journey. So throughout the year on the home games, our trainers are going there to the Wild, and on the home games, and doing some training with the new dog. So this year it's Hattie, really a cool, beautiful dog. So we're excited, to have this relationship again. I'm going to use the word blessed, but I don't see anybody else getting this opportunity, So I'd like to think we're doing something good, and people are seeing it for what it is.
Exciting stuff, man. It's exciting. It is amazing when you get to see the fruits of your labor and knowing that you're doing a good thing. And what's even more impressive is when the community and the people of the community reach out and acknowledge your mission by supporting and saying, you know what, we see a value. We see that what you're doing is the right thing to be doing. And it's amazing. We appreciate everything.
Yeah, thank you so much. Like I said, we couldn't do it without everybody's help. So we're all in this together. Whether it's $1 or $100, it all goes to complete the mission and move forward. So we like to pay it back to the community. I think you mentioned earlier about our food drive, during our Christmas fundraiser. Some of the local food shelves, we've try and drum up food and bring it to the to the food shelf. This year I think we brought in somewhere around 1,500 pounds. But again, couldn't do it without our people and their support. So that's just neat to see, little kids running up there, coming up to us and throwing a bunch of canned goods or what have you into our big basket. And it's making somebody else's day. That's really, that's humbling.
It is humbling,
to say the least.
What is, because we're out of our little order here, what is next for Soldier 6? What do you guys want to get done next?
I want to continue with our mission, of providing service dogs to our public safety umbrella, that community. If we could expand on it a little bit, we're looking at ways that we can try to maybe do some different things. But logistics bears to be a big part of this and limits how far we can go because of the way we train with our recipients. For example, somebody up from Baudette, Minnesota, is that realistic for them to drive down here every week, to meet with the trainer and go through the process? That's a big ask. So now take that a step further. If we were to venture out into Iowa, South Dakota, wherever, can we do it? There's a need out there, but how can we, this is where we got to, get creative. How can we help more people? Because there's a big community out there and they need our help,
So I'm going to step out on the limb a little bit, because normally we try and wait this. We do a collaboration talk after the show, but let's tear the Band-Aid off a little bit and let's troubleshoot some. My brain always goes a billion miles an hour. And again, I don't want to put anything on your plate, but just a conversation. We're looking at taking care and working in building up a veterans home in Minnesota here. How hard would it be to get some of your recipients and some of their new friends, maybe on a weekend, to go down to the veterans home and just have their dogs available to mingle with the people at the veterans home? Is that something that could happen?
Absolutely. No question about it. Yeah, we can do that.
One of the things
do that all day long.
What I'm hearing is, and again, I'm not trying to throw anyone under the bus, but one of these veterans homes is a place, it's like literally, for lack of a better word, someone help me out, but is almost like the last step, and it's a prison because they don't have visitations. There's no one coming and seeing them. They're just living out their last days, and it's not the greatest environment. I'm thinking, let's throw some sprinkles on it. Let's get Santa, the Grinch, and Rudolph down there one weekend with the dogs, and say, hey, let's have a small potluck, maybe not hot wings, but maybe, some of those Smokies or something, whatever. But there's just so many ways that we could work this together. We, over the years, have had ask and requests and didn't necessarily know who we could reach out to for dogs. We've had ask and requests for trainings. We've had the ask and request for veteran support. and you're right here with us. Right? I think it's an easy, hey, Ed, can we work in this space and can we get this done now? I just think it. Are you willing to collaborate with other like mission organizations across the country as well?
Sure. We're all in this together. We're all in the same boat, and it's not going to get better without people and their support, and just a caring, for this community, because there's some really hurting people out there, and they're dying every day by their own hand.
We have to, and we don't have to, but I do think it's important because you're not doing this by yourself, are you?
No.
You got an amazing partner that is helping. I think she deserves a shout out.
Yep. That's my wife, Dana. She is my rock. She is co-founder and just an incredible woman. It was her encouragement that got my first service dog, because I was always poo-pooing the idea. There's other people out there that deserve it more than me. And there's so many people like that out there. But it was because of her that I got a dog and saw the value, firsthand, what a dog can do to change your life. And, we decided to go down this path together, and it's really become a family-oriented operation now. My wife, Dana's sister, she's our go-to when it comes to all of our fundraising. So she's out there every day of the week, every day of the year, drumming up support, getting donations that we can use for our big events, like in January, where we're doing the silent auction and raffles and you name it. And she comes up with such a variety, like I mentioned, we raised roughly 70,000 last year. That's pretty incredible, in and of itself. So we couldn't do it without her, So we've got some really important people on our team. And to extend that one step further is my brother-in-law, Cassie and Dana's brother. He was a cop out in Washington, and we got him to, basically, he retired from law enforcement. He was a canine cop out there for 17 years, and he now works for us. He's our head trainer, and just a phenomenal trainer. And he's out, it's called The Spot. It's out in Greenfield, or is it Greenfield, Dana? Yeah, right up past Delano. Got a training facility out there now. Just an incredible thing. And he's training dogs left and right. Quality, not quantity, is the motto. And he just does a phenomenal job for us. So, again, blessed to have him as part of our team.
I completely appreciate, and I call it out because there's a purpose and there's a reason, but your humility in all of this, in the fact that you say you weren't deserving. I'm going to say you were deserving of this. And the whole piece is, let's go back to the blessing piece. If this stone didn't start rolling in this manner, we wouldn't be sitting here having this conversation. So it included you to be part of that puzzle piece, included your wife to be part of that puzzle piece, and it included that everyone's come along for that ride to be part of that puzzle piece to get us where we're at today, to move this to the next level of taking care of people and being a better place, making a better version of us for tomorrow than we were today. And I need you to own that a little bit, brother. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, Mr. Crochet,
Yes.
where are we at? What we got now?
I don't do this stuff intentionally, but I just realized that 2 of the songs that I chose for tonight, coincidentally, might involve a little bit of beverage choice. But I haven't heard this song in a while, and I'm scrolling through and I looked at it, and this is from Tony Turner, and I absolutely love it. It sounds phenomenal on this track. It's called Blackwater Shine.
Good Tony Turner.
Way back in the woods, down a Georgia dirt road, where Blackwater runs and the muscadine grow. That's where me and the boys ended up most Friday night. Elijah Crosby was a good old man. He ran that copper steel with a steady hand. Damn, that was the best Blackwater shine. Blackwater shine on Mountain Dew. They called it corn liquor or bootleg hooch. It was made by the light of a full moon night. It burned a little while going down. Fired us up while we painted the town. It was all about a good time. Blackwater shine. Locked that rusty truck in 4-wheel drive to get through the cypress swamp past the gator eyes. Elijah made sure it was no easy ride. He sat outside with his old coon dog, his rifle held up as we came through the fog. We'd risk our lives for that Blackwater shine. Blackwater shine on Mountain Dew. Called it corn liquor or bootleg hooch. It was made by the light of a full moon night. It burned a little while going down. Fired us up while we painted the town. It was all about a good time. The Blackwater shine. Sit around passing the brown jug. He'd tell us about our dads doing the same stuff, same spot, same truck back in 1979. Blackwater shine or Mountain Dew. They called it corn liquor or bootleg hooch. It was made by the light of a full moon night. It burned a little while going down. Fired us up while we painted the town. It was all about a good time. Blackwater shine. Blackwater shine. Nothing like the Blackwater shine. Blackwater shine. Nothing like the Blackwater shine.
That is Tony Turner and Blackwater Shine. Tony Turner was one of the first musicians we brought onto the We Got Your 6 at 6 platform. Found him. He was one of the original reasons why we started to bring musicians onto the show. We felt it was a good feature and that we never had any idea. Again, one of those blessing words that we'll throw out there in finding people who have a gift, a talent. We call it the perfect trifecta The musicians are kind of serving themselves with their lyric and being able to have their conversation. If you haven't heard Scotty Hastings and his last song, How Do You Choose? Grab a box of Kleenex, but put it on your playlist. You have to hear the song. But it's therapeutic for him. It's about him and his battle buddies and the loss of losing his friends in battle. And again, Scotty Hastings is a combat wounded veteran doing amazing things down in Nashville. But the trifecta, they're helping with their message. They're creating a voice for the world to hear, and they're reaching those veterans that don't have that skill set or talent and don't know how to put their words into a place. It's the absolute perfect. Music is like food. I don't know anyone that goes too many days without either or. And when the message is right, again, Blackwater Shine isn't about a message of survival or a message of that, but it's just sheer talent from an amazing influencer that's got a gift for the music. So the way our show has developed, we're in a good spot, good place. Normally, Ed, we accidentally go into about 2-hour show, but we've covered the bases. For your mission, we'll do two pieces here. For your mission, is there any other information that you want to get out, or are there any other organizations you want to highlight before we get into our closings?
Can I have my wife join us? I mean, she's right here. She may have some input on this.
Absolutely.
Okay. Dana, come on in here.
While Dana's coming in, I'm just going to share. I found it really easy to go make a little donation. So I'm just going to share this spot on the Soldier 6 webpage where you can just go throw a donation. And it was so easy. I didn't even have a bank link to my PayPal. That's how easy it was. You just so use that link, soldier6.com/help. Hello, Dana.
Hi. Thank you for your support.
It's so nice to meet you in person, Dana. And I think Mark, but we had, I think messenger conversations and then a phone conversation. And then, I just dropped in. I didn't know if this was even your neighborhood, but I got a lot of little grandkids. So we went to see Santa. And I was like, gosh, she could be a penguin tonight. I don't even know what she's doing. I don't even know really what she looks like.
There was one night that lasted for all of I think 7 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was done. My sister was done. The boys, we let our kids handle the taking pictures and stuff. And the one was just done. He's like, I'm never going to give all these kids certificates. So let's trade. So it didn't last long at all.
It was a fun time though. It really was. Yeah, and thank you for doing that.
You bet. Thank you.
So the question we're on is, are there any other things that you want to present? I have a feeling you've been in the background listening to the show tonight. Is there any other information you want us to know about Soldier 6, and or are there any other organizations you want to highlight tonight in this conversation?
Our rescue partners. Without our rescue partners, we couldn't do this. We're saving a first responder or a veteran, and we're saving the dog too. And then together, they're saving one another. So I love the fact, yes, we get breeder donations, but I love the fact that we can also use our rescue partners. Coco's Heart has been there with us since nearly day one. They've been fantastic. Their dogs are incredible. We've used another one out in South Dakota for a couple of our dogs, Almost Home Canine Rescue. Those reservation dogs, they get your heart.
Oh.
Northwoods Humane Society. They've got some incredible volunteers there. They're small. I kind of look at them like us, just a small family-run organization, and they're helping us big time too. Them with Coco's Heart, and Coco's Heart is who we partner with the Wild with. So that's been such a fun partnership. And without the Wild, I don't feel we would have the exposure we do. So I think that's huge.
Outstanding. We've already talked about what's next. Where are we gonna see you next? What's your next big event?
We have a chili cook-off, January 20th in Eden Prairie. So I know they're still looking for submissions. So if you have a good chili recipe, you should join us.
It would be
it's not the Legion, is it? Or the VFW?
No, it's at Simply Ride.
Okay.
It's a motorcycle shop in Eden Prairie. They've been so good to us too. I mean, I think it was like our first or second year in. We went for a tour, and before we knew it, we were doing little events with them here and there.
Awesome.
You know, like we've talked about before, it's a lot of work to give up your day to do an event, but I don't care if you make $30 or you make $300. It's something you didn't have. It's going to pay for a vet prescription. It's going to pay for a vet appointment. I mean, we have to start somewhere.
Absolutely.
Stephanie, I know you're probably still on here. Maybe we can get the ball rolling, and maybe we can take a bus of some people from the Veterans Home up and give them a little bit of a exposure to that. Maybe we can be boots on the ground in that space. I'd like to. I don't know if you're going to bring this up, Andrew. Were you going to talk about next weekend?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll shut up then. Know your place. What a blessing. I don't know. I've watched news broadcasts. I've watched clips. I'm going to be a little bit honest with you, Dana. I was frustrated with you for a good chunk of time. It's like, get your tail on our show. We got to have you. I never said it outwardly. I was just like, but we started this conversation almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And
Sundays are hard. Like, I'll admit, Sundays are tough for us. Our son's in Explorers. So I feel like it's a rat race. I mean, especially today with getting home from the dog show, we had to dip out of there early and get home to be able to feed him and get him the truck. And yeah.
I get it. I totally get it. And you said it's a lot to put on an event for a day. You guys are constantly busy. I'm glad we finally were able to make this work. I knew it would work eventually, but it's just like, you know what? We want the good ones in here because
well, thank you.
This is how we get the word out. This is how we make the world a better place. And my brain is a billion miles an hour right now. And
me most days.
Yeah. We'll do the closing song as the closer. Real quick, we'll bring down the closing. Got any thoughts? We give Jonathan the first go because he's the eloquent speaker. He got trained down in southern Louisiana.
Oh.
We use words like y'all.
Young too.
No, I kind of in that first song from Sam Stedman, you know, he's talking about on the rooftop, realizing that now is not the time, and it kind of seemed to be a theme going for tonight, right? Like, now is not the time. It's not your time. Tomorrow needs you. Mark said earlier, we need you. Ed mentioned earlier about battle buddies, right? There's always somebody willing to stand with you, and that's what battle buddies is about. Always somebody willing to fight with you. So if you're struggling to make it to tomorrow, you don't have to struggle alone. We'll get you there. We'll celebrate the good times. We'll walk with you through the bad times. We'll be there. So just reach out.
We'll go with Dana. Dana, any closing thoughts?
I have too many of them.
There we go.
You know, kind of skating off your battle buddy thought. It's hard. There was a time when after Ed retired from law enforcement and he had some really dark days. And you always say, reach out. I'm here. I'm a phone call away. But in those darkest moments, they're not going to reach out. I hear from too many that they won't reach out. And that's one thing we try to encourage is reach in. I mean, it takes a second to send a text. Even if they don't reply, they've seen your text message. And at least it's something for them to know that you care. And there's been, well, every time. I mean, we live in the adjoining city Ed was a police officer in. And every time I've needed to call 911, his partners have showed up. And these are guys that he was on the SWAT team with, or just guys that he worked assisting other agencies with. And it's absolutely incredible to see them now I'm going to get emotional, not only as his work partners, but they're his friends, and they're willing to stay after hours to make sure Ed sees it till the next day, because it's things sometimes I can't handle, or I need the backup, or I need assistance. And what I love now is it's come full circle because we've given some of them dogs. And it's the greatest gift that we can give back. They've helped us so much. And now we can be there for them and truly walk the walk and talk the talk.
Yeah. Yep. Peterson did
You're
that.
quiet. Did I say something wrong?
No.
It was perfect. That's
biting my tongue right now because I will share in a minute. And
you can go ahead. Do you want to do
well, I think it's your turn. And
you
then
want to do
I'll
your call out?
the what?
You want to do your call out? Your
What's my call out? Oh yeah,
because now's the time, really.
right now, the time. Our call to action. Yes. Everyone's got one of these. We talk about it every weekend on the show. In fact, I've done a couple tonight during the show. It takes 20 seconds to reach out to someone and say, hey, I was just thinking about you. We've had this conversation 100 times. We have new people listening. There's some people that want to do their push-ups. We have some people that want to go do a ruck march. We have some people that want to do, you ring the bell for the Salvation Army and all that. And those are all great pieces. And we got those naysayers that say that doesn't do any good. Shut up. If you felt convicted and you feel convicted to do something, do it. Do what's on your heart. Do what's on your heart and share it. We have people come at us on occasion that says, oh, you're only bringing recognition because shut up. We're bringing recognition because we want to show that our people are doing good things. There are people everywhere across this country doing good things. And the reason why we show it is so it is that catalyst that maybe you should get off your duff and go do something good as well. 6-pack, 6 people, reach out. I was just, you can cut and paste it. And it like literally is 30 seconds, 6 people on your list. It doesn't have to be a veteran and first responder. That is our mission. We support veterans and first responders. You support someone in your life that is important for you needs to be supported. I do ask that one of those people in your 6 is that hard conversation where you've had that falling out, where you don't know where that relationship is, or you know where it's at and it was on the edge and maybe never to be had again. I challenge you to reach out to that person and say, hey, whatever we dealt with is not bigger than what we are. Whatever we, I'm thinking about you. You were important to me in my life at one point. I would like to resurrect that. It's a tough piece to do. I actually did one earlier today. A gentleman I haven't talked to for almost 30 years. He was a police officer. He was a police officer, part of Precinct 6, or the 3rd precinct here in Minnesota. And he's moved on and away from that for reasons we know why. There's a whole bunch of weirdness. And I reached out to him and I said, hey, I've been thinking about you. I'm not doing this to get a pat on my back. I care less. I'm doing this to resurrect those people in our lives and let them know tomorrow is an important day to have you in my life every single day. Dana, thank you. Thank you for being the support. You said you should get emotional, sister. You have been that supporting wife, and you are the silent part of the mission. The family members that didn't ask to be part of the mission. We need to raise those folks up as well, because they've been there, they've supported, they've done what they needed to, and they are proactively, sharing the table with the person that is dealing with those social emotional trauma you name it, issues. And I know you've dealt with those pieces as well. So thank you for hanging in there. And then even after the fact, bold enough to help create Soldier 6 with your husband. Amazing story, amazing mission. And thank you for doing all those.
Thank you.
Dropping the mic, Eichmann, it's on you.
Here I am. I'll just follow up on all of this Southern charm, big hearts, emotional moment. No, I'm kidding. You guys are amazing. Thank you for coming on tonight. Just was amazing. I knew it would be just a perfect, actually the timing, even everything came together to get you guys on here and hear your mission and hear the things you've been doing. And I'm super excited to see and maybe be part of some of the things that you have coming up too. So thank you for sharing and putting yourselves out there. And we probably will have you on again.
We would love to be.
We'd love to bring our
people on a
people
where
back.
we just came from the dog show. That was just I was like, oh my God, that's right. We have the podcast tonight. And I felt so disorganized, but absolutely. We would love nothing more. And I wrote a children's book. So it's with the illustrator right now. And hopefully this year, fingers crossed, it gets published.
Oh my gosh, for sure.
Yeah,
awesome.
That'd be cool to share with you guys.
Absolutely. Oh my, good. Then we even have more people that you should meet as well. So that's, yeah, gosh dang it. And thanks to all the people who stepped in. And I'm guessing some of these people are on here because you're on here. And so maybe Emily, maybe Tara. But every week we push our go find your 6, and send your message. And sometimes it's 36 because you just get on a roll and you remember people you need to check in with and it's the reaching in piece. And we need to do that. We all need to do that more often. We have had Stephanie. Thank you, Stephanie, for being such a support tonight. And we'll see you tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. Scotty Fraser Band. Scotty, thank you for always stepping in. And Kimmer, thanks again. Kimmer's always here. She probably heard you say you wrote a book, and she's probably like, I have ideas. Kimmer's written some books as well. So we just appreciate our guests. We appreciate our friends. We appreciate our listeners and viewers and all of that. And so next week, we would like you to pop in and see Chaplain Michael Ireland, not from Ireland, but he's with Civil Air Patrol, and he was with us when we did our Reads Across America Day. He played a big piece of our day. And, pops in every now and then. So we can't wait to see him live next Sunday night. And we have a musician coming in. I believe Jonathan brought in Bo Young. And so we can't wait to hear his music as well. And remember, we actually are meeting with the radio people, I think. I can't remember, tomorrow night or Tuesday, I think. And so we'll be adding a lot more music. And if Jonathan, can you pop on our radio station? It's so easy, you guys. You type in capital WE, capital P3 space radio, and it pops up at the top of your Google search. WeP3, and it's live.com internet radio. And so it's all music from first responders and veterans who've been there, done that, and want to share. Every single one of them, you guys, every single one, even their music that has nothing to do with any pain or suffering or thoughts or whatever about their service. Every single one of them is in the hopes of reaching even that one person who needs to hear their words. And so check out the radio station. We'll be adding to that this week again. And gosh, just listen. It's good stuff. So thanks again. I have to just double check. Oh, I did need to talk about this. So next Saturday night, and we've been talking about this with intermittent people, the core group, and then intermittent people, but we will be doing a little meet and greet at, and nothing formal, very informal, but we'll be at the Mudroom at under Lucky's 13 in Mendota Heights at the Speakeasy down there. But we have a friend who plays jazz music and sings a little bit every second Saturday of the month. And so we're going to go see Johnny Holiday, and Willie is sometimes with him. But we have a lot of our Reads Across America friends that will be just popping in and out just to say hi. We haven't met. Some of them we haven't even met except over emails. And some of them It's a joy to see them face to face when you're not in the middle of 5,000 people that need to know what they're doing and where they need to go. And so that's Saturday, next Saturday. I don't even know the date. Is it the 13th? 13th. Yes, it's the 13th. And so we'll be there. I'll be there by 5 o'clock, and I'm just try to get a big table. And anyone who wants to pop in certainly can. It's one of our non-business meetings where we just say hi to people. So everyone's welcome. Dana, you're probably busy, but if you're not, you're more than welcome.
Actually, we didn't have anything going on, and we were going to plan a game night with some family and friends. But
you got to do that. You got to do that.
Our kids love it. Our garage is heated, and we bring appetizers, pizza, food, whatever we're making, and Disney's seen it. That's the cool thing. 24 and 16, and that's their favorite game.
Oh, I love it.
And it's huge competition, so it's fun. But
unacceptable.
Unacceptable. I know. Family time. Darn me. Wreaths Across America.
How old are your kids?
How old?
How old are your kids?
Oh, yeah. 24 and 16.
Do you still like both of them?
I mean, no, absolutely. You know what? I told them they can never move out. They're so much fun.
I have a 23 and a 22-year-old. I can't stand either one of them right now.
Oh my gosh. The 16-year-old is really fun. So he wants to be a cop like his dad. Lord help us all. And therefore he's in Explorers and already taking college courses, but he's an awesome kid. The 24-year-old went to school for law enforcement, decided, nah, it's probably not really my thing. So he's kind of unsure. He's got a great job, but yeah, I told him they can't move. They keep us laughing, that's for sure.
You're good, Mom. You're good.
And they're huge help. Yep. Huge help. I mean, there's your Penguin and Rudolph right there.
I must have caught.
Are you supposed to allow those secrets out?
Yeah. You know what? I don't think I shared it on the main page. Before every night we would go outside, they would take a picture with their heads off, just so that everybody could see who it was that night.
Sure.
I want them to know. I mean, these kids are giving up. The oldest took off weekends. He works every other weekend. He took off 4 nights just to be able to be there. That's every Christmas display. The other one, he could be playing video games or out with his friend, but every weekend he's out there. So
that's awesome.
But Wreaths Across America, Andrea, I know I thanked you over messaging, but even still, I mean, this should be blasted out there. I wanted a wreath on my grandparents' graves, and I missed the deadline. So I threw it out there, and Andrea saw it, and she was on it. So I was able to get a wreath specifically on their grave with their little baby. So that meant a lot to me. So thank you.
And it wasn't hard, even though I didn't know what I was doing. That was not a hard thing to.
Well, you did it because we went out there, and it was just beautiful. It was beautiful.
That's cool. That is cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If you have a chance to stay after the last song, a little collab moment, and see what we're going to do together here in the future.
You bet.
Jonathan.
Who is it?
I had to change it up a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Going with the theme. I picked 3 songs before the night started, and just seeing the way the show's gone and everything else, I feel like this last song to close out might be on point. We got a little Shannon Book with You Are Not Alone.
Shannon Book.
Good call. Good call.
He sits on his bed with his gun in his hand. He thinks his life is over, he can't understand. A bottle of whiskey and some pills in the drawer. He doesn't want to hurt himself or hurt anymore. Why must it be this way? Just think it all over and listen to the words I say. You are not alone. There are so many people who fight with their demons each day. 'Cause you are not alone. on, brother, let's beat this together today. You're not alone. She picks up the clothes that fall loose on the floor. She finds a crumpled letter just behind the door, begins to read it with tears in her eyes. A horrible feeling takes over inside. Says, honey, can I talk to you? There has to be something that we can do. Demons each day, 'cause you are not alone. So take my hand, baby, let's beat this together today. You're not alone. Not alone. 'Cause you are not alone. There are millions of people who fight with their demons each day. Yeah. And you let's beat this together today. You're not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone. Sits on his bed with his gun in his hand. He puts it away, 'cause now he understands.